After he was shot to death under witness protection. Well, now we know that we are told that the wrong person was arrested. So the Attorney General has no other option than to let the matter go. 35 minutes after 9 here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. My name is Johnny Hughes. And my guest in studio, Beatrice Anan Esquire. She's a senior presidential staffer and also Abo Bachman is a senior communicator for the Movement for Change. Soon to be political party.
Tomorrow. We are announcing it tomorrow.
You are announcing political party. Congratulations to you.
Yes, thank you.
I thought you told all of us that it's a movement and so shall it remain.
No. We said the movement was to get us a vehicle for the election.
So you want to start a church, but you start with cell groups,
yes,
and prayer meetings.
Exactly.
So the people will leave their church and come and join you. You say, "Oh, this one there's our area prayer group." Before they know it's a church. Your strategy too is not bad at all.
Yeah.
Beatrice, good morning.
Good morning to you, Johnny.
Good
it's
to
good
see
to
you.
be back.
Yeah,
for you were on leave. The last time I was
only
here,
10 days. Only
the last
10
time
days.
I was here, you were on leave.
Only 10 days.
Let me welcome you back to the studios of PWFM. You know I've always wanted to be a journalist somehow.
Oh, wow.
So sometimes when I get the microphone, I want to try.
You want to do something and do something. Charlie, don't wish for it, man. Anyway, let's begin. So who killed Ahmed Suale? The question that's being asked. Beatrice.
For me, I think that question is very important, and it's my expectation that the Attorney General and the Ghana Police Service would bring justice to the family. When people die, we feel so sad in the short term, but the effects it has on the immediate family can never be compensated. So it is yesterday I had to call the Attorney General on this matter personally because I have been very worried about it, and he's given me all the assurances that they will do their best to bring the perpetrators to book.
Right.
And that has to be done. But we also say in law that it is better for 1,000 guilty people to be walking the street than for one innocent person to be behind bars.
Right.
And so merely because you want to prove to the public that the perpetrators have been brought to book is not a justification to perhaps get the wrong person. We need to get the right people. We need to do the things that will bring justice. But Johnny, this issue of Ahmed Suale brings to the table a bigger issue of the kind of governance that we were subjected to in this country.
What
and
kind
I
of
heard
governance
you
was that?
I heard you play the video of Kennedy Japan before the show started. It's an eyesore. We lived in the country where the press freedom index we moved from 1st to 10th. We lived in the country where many people who are not party members of the NDC, like Sam Jonah, Professor Frimpong Boateng, who is an MPP member, were literally being gagged from expressing their opinion. The likes of Manasseh Azuri, Caleb Kuda, Bibi. You can name the journalists. People could just not exercise or express their editorial view. It was irrelevant to governments whether those views. And you, Johnny, you have been a subject. Why am I giving examples without giving you? I just didn't want you to feel bad. Recently, I saw that you bashed my government. I'm sure after you ate kinky and nothing happened to you.
Yeah, that day we ate wache.
It was rather wache. And nothing happened to you because the NDC takes a different approach to government. That when you are in government, people must have dissenting opinion. And merely because people dissent does not mean they disapprove. Because some of them are coming from a good place. They want to see good things done. Right. They want to see that your ratings are high. So they bring some of these things to your attention. But we lived in a country that people could not even do their legitimate work as Ahmed Suale, where you have today a very potential flag bearer of the NPP. I tipped Ken to win ahead of Dr. Baumia.
Why do you tip him? to win?
I think Dr. Bawumia is practically not a candidate that many people will accept. It works for me as a member of the NDC that they would present Dr. Bawumia again, because then the tapes are still there for us to play. And I'm sure we'll come to the discussion on Cedi appreciation and all that. And to demonstrate that Dr. Bawumia does not have the requisite administrative capacity to manage the economy, and he was just blabbing when he was in opposition. But if Ken wins, that is their candidate for the flag bearer position, and literally put this man on his TV station calling on people to deal with him, and this is the end result.
To beat him, actually.
Yeah.
That he will pay whatever.
I didn't want to use the word beat.
Oh, no, he said mumbo. No, that's the literal translation.
I didn't want to repeat what he said, because I don't think that merely because somebody does an investigative work, even if it is false, even if there was no basis, that was justified. President Mahama, I remember, and when I say this, Manasseh Azuri is never happy, but I remember the Ford expedition scandal.
Right.
It was a very frivolous, scandalous, and like my brother would say, nebulous insinuation. Sami Jainfi, nebulous insinuation against the president then. Shraj came out to say that there was no bribery, but nobody killed Manasseh. Nobody scared him. In fact, Manasseh is on record to have said that he was called by a minister of the NDC and we wanted to offer him protection as a government, because sometimes we know how the base may react to some of these things.
That's right.
But as a government, it was incumbent on us to stomach a lot of things, and that's what governments do. But the MPP, they don't want dissenting opinion. I'm here with Ebo Bakman. Ebo Bakman was a member of the MPP.
That's right.
Together with Solomon Owusu, Alan Tremanti. Why did they leave the MPP? Because at a point they felt that the party was not towing the right line. And so somebody had to speak up and call the party out to do the right things. And then they dealt with them in a way that should not happen. And tomorrow they are launching their own political party. I hope it has to do with something MPP or PP.
No, they already have GTP. So.
But that's their great transformation plan. But this will be a name of the party. So the point I want to make is that this incident of Ahmed Suale should remind us of why we should never give, or we should not collectively give our power to the MPP, because they cannot manage power.
Should we be looking at the police bringing a more qualified suspect so that the Attorney General can then now go to court full chest
I think
to bring finality to this matter?
I think the police should do more thorough investigation, because when there is so much pressure, there is a tendency to bring the wrong person. I did a case for a gentleman, and his only alibi was his girlfriend, who was a married woman.
Oh, Charlie.
And so you had to prove, you had to either prove the alibi to prove the affair, or to keep quiet and go to jail.
You're going to collapse the marriage.
And that was also a dangerous thing. So if that gentleman didn't have this alibi, he'd probably have gone to jail.
What happened to the marriage? It collapsed? As a matter of interest, as a matter of public interest.
Don't ask me.
As a matter of public interest.
So the serious point I want to make with that, Johnny, don't distract me.
No, that one too is a serious problem. It's a serious matter.
The serious issue I want to bring to that is that sometimes it is not to say that we want someone who looks like a suspect. That's how sometimes we profile people, and we profile them wrongly. Because this gentleman was also a pastor. And so if you were profiling, you would think that he had the Holy Spirit in him, and he was doing wild things that even unbelievers would not do. So that's why we should... that's why we should not profile people. But what we have to do is to be able to create an environment where people will not think that if you are able to execute murder in the most painful way, like the death of Ahmed Suale, and the issue is politicized, then you can get away with it. Whatever it is, I want to urge the Attorney General. I want to urge the Ghana Police Service. And as a government, I can tell you that President Mahama on the campaign a number of times indicated that the perpetrators of Ahmed Suale ought to be brought to book. And so we are not relenting on that effort. And once again, my condolences to the family. I think these are very challenging times for them.
Indeed. Ebo, Ahmed Suale, the Attorney General says, look, the person you brought to me, if I look at his call logs and I look at the vicinity and everything, he's not just there. And he has an alibi. So I will let him go. But then the streets, as I call them, the base, they are not happy. Where shall we look?
Let me start off by extending my condolences to the family. I mean, this is heavy. It's so heavy. And so may he so rest in peace.
Amen.
I mean, and may his loved ones also find strength in this difficult time. It's not easy, and the fact that someone had to lose his life through this means. I don't think I would have much to say except to add my voice to that the police service, they have the capacity to be able to unravel this this mystery in quote that something of this nature has happened 6 years and we still not found anyone that is standing trial. I mean, this is something that should not be allowed to happen in our country. I believe that the police can really do a good job to find a murderer, and also Attorney General to also proceed to prepare the person to court. I think if there's one person who can help in this matter, I don't know whether what he said he was joking or he meant it, was A+. A+ is on record to have said that he knew the murderer of Ahmed Suale. Yes.
Yeah. He was invited by the police. And there hasn't been anything that's come.
No, he went to the police. I remember he went to the police. He had an encounter with them, but the police did not give us any updates regarding that.
Yes,
and since then, they have been tight-lipped.
Yeah, it is important we get to know what ensued between the police and A+, because for him to have come out to say publicly that he knew the perpetrator or perpetrators, I think it is important the police deals with him to be able to unravel this heinous crime. It is quite unfortunate.
Right.
You see, one thing about some of these murder cases, if you go even in advanced countries, some of these cases run 20, 30 years, 50 years.
Right.
Some run even 60 years. That is, I'm talking about countries that have
Sophisticated.
That's right.
I mean, they have what it takes to be able to go deep and dig deep to find some of these things. So it's not something. It's not easy, but we want to believe that the police have a special interest in this matter. And so anyone who can help, and as I've mentioned one name.
Should Kennedy Agyapong be invited by the police?
Yeah, I think
because so far he has not been invited as far as we know.
Yes, I think the police would have to do that. It is only that you are going to invite him to help with the investigation. I mean, because of something that he said prior to
the man's death.
So we would want to invite him to come and help with the investigation, whether what he said, whether there's any connection between what he said and the young man's demise.
Right.
So yes, I think so. And then fortunately for us, A+ is now a member of parliament. He's supposed to live above reproach. He's supposed to be an honorable person, and therefore he should help the police to be able to find the perpetrator or the murderer, so that the family of Ahmed Suale can have their peace of mind, because it's not easy to lose someone through this, especially when the issue has become a public issue like the way this issue has become. It's like you're always reminded that someone somewhere, a Ghanaian living right now, is the one who killed your relative, and you're not able to see the person. And it's also dangerous, because if someone like Ahmed Suale can lose his life and 6 years you've not found the perpetrator, just as JB Danquo's issue too. I mean, we are living in a country where an MP was killed in his house. And today we are still struggling.
A sitting MP, by the way.
A sitting MP, yeah. We are still struggling to find out, to find who did it. I think it's a problematic, and I think that is one major blot on Nana Akufo-Addo's presidency. The fact that his relative, who was an MP, was killed and nothing was done to find the perpetrator, and also Ahmed Suale's issue. I mean, if you consider the fact that a young man was doing his job as a journalist and he was helping to unravel some of these, the
rots in
the system. So,
okay, Ebo, thank you very much indeed. B, what's happening to the Cedi? It seems to be dancing its own calypso and being in its own corner, dancing its own
Please qualify the dance. That is a good dance.
Okay, because
the Cedi is appreciating against major currencies.
Okay, so now you see, my friends who have dollars, they are not happy with your government because they want the thing to appreciate. Then you keep reducing the thing.
They want it at 17.
They want to have more money because they have dollars, so they want more dollar power. And you are also reducing the thing by the day. So they are looking at the money and the value of the money in their rooms.
How many friends do you have that have dollars? How many friends? Yeah, just a
disclaimer,
few.
Not Cecilia Adapa, by the way. But
a few.
I have other friends.
So Johnny, one thing I want to say as we talk about the Ghanaian currency is that in this President Mohammed's second term, for us in this government is our legacy term. If we look at the incident that gave us the 1.7 million gap in an election where we were presenting President Mahama, we recognize the pain of every Ghanaian, and for that matter, businesses. We recognize that there was a debt exchange, people's savings were taken away. I keep saying that my mother doesn't like enjoying. She always wants to save because she says she doesn't want to get old and any of us will be flexing her and be doing because she spoke to us in the way we didn't like. We won't give her money for this month. And for her to deny herself all that and only to get to pension and her savings were taken away by the previous government, that we could not even predict the prices of goods and services in our own country because the dollar was at 17 cedis. And at the time we were having all these challenges, we were being told that you should be grateful because even if it were the NDC, it would have been 20 cedis. I don't know whether you remember that. We were being told that the NDC was so incompetent.
Yeah, the alternative is scary.
That you should even be happy that you're buying it at 17 cedis. When we assumed power, President Mahama recognized that you need to create the right macroeconomic environment for businesses and individuals to thrive, for businesses to be able to expand, for a lot of things, fuel prices and a number of things. You remember that at a time we were buying a liter for fuel in this country for 22 to 23 cedis. And when you mention it, you'll be told that you should even be grateful because it is not 30 cedis, it's 22 cedis. It looked like people had so much money under their beds. People had made so much money. So the cost or the rising cost of living was not a problem for the NDC, for the MPP government. And so we took a bold decision that one of the reasons we had borrowed and there was a debt exchange and a number of things were going wrong was because the government was not fiscally disciplined. In short, the government was overspending its income. And so expenditure, a government that was digging hole. A government that was recording on the average 12 billion financial irregularity. Everything was a mess. And so when we took over, we decided to do a lot of house cleaning. Do you know that as I speak to you, the finance ministry has saved this country over 1 billion cedis.
From where?
From fraudulent payments that MPP intended to do.
In respect of
paying contractors And I know at the right time, they are not done with the audit. But as at where they are is 1 billion cedis. So by the time they are done with the audit, so they were paying contractors double. So you present your certificates at Finance Ministry, they pay you, then they present the same certificates at Roads and Highway, and they are paid. That was the state. And if you were creating this kind of hole, you would have $1 and a number of things going wrong.
Is the government buying galamsey gold to sustain the economy?
The government is not buying galamsey gold, and I'll come there. But the important point I want to make is that the NDC government has been fiscally prudent. Many of even our CEOs are not happy because they are always calling to say that the finance ministry is not releasing money and all that. But there is a strategy and a bigger strategy to make sure that we have the right economic environment for businesses to expand, for young people to be employed, for nurses and doctors to be accommodated. You know, this government employed over 10,000 nurses. They did not intend to keep the nurses. They just wanted to win an election. And then after whatever happens, they will see what they can do about it. And so we, as a government, and together with the Bank of Ghana, I am a member of the Bank of Ghana board, so I can't talk so much about the Bank of Ghana. But what I can assure, I'm conflicted, and I have to be careful not to divulge confidential information.
Board, we would love to hear them.
As for you would love to hear them. But what I can assure you is that the central bank and the central government are working closely together. There is no disconnection, so that together we can help stabilize the currency. And I think on this note, we have to commend the Honorable Forson. He has demonstrated that when you prepare for a job and you are given the job, you execute it well. And
why are you buying galamsey gold to sustain the economy?
You know, the narrative, this false narrative.
By who?
By the MPP. And some other supposed neutrals like Kofi Bento. He was on Key Point on Saturday, so I can mention his name. He was my classmate. We did financial markets together, so he's my very good friend. So I can go after him. It's because we are almost in the 10th month. We are in the 10th month of our governance. There is no corruption scandal anywhere. So the MPP has nothing to talk about. Because in 2017, by this time, you had cash for seat, you have moving Pina, the boss scandal. You had so many. We were saddled with so much corruption.
Obeng, right?
Yes, Alfred Obeng. We were saddled with too many corruption cases. And so it appeared the NDC was active then, and there was something to talk about. Today, the NDC has stopped the financial bleeding. We are making savings. We are trying to right the wrongs of the past. So there is nothing to talk about it. And so when the government by itself started the fight against galamsey, the MPP had to lie. It is not that Gold Board is buying gold from illegal mining. It is never true. Gold Board buys gold from large-scale miners like Newmont, Anglo Gold, and the rest, and licensed small-scale miners. In fact, 20% of all gold purchases from Gold Board come from the big mining companies. And this is the reason. You know, the mining companies will by all means need cedis to carry out their expenditure.
That's right.
So the government created a very good structure and said, do not take all the gold out, get your dollars and use it for whatever you want as a multinational. We want to retain some here, so we use cedis to buy the gold, and then we do the exports, and we keep the forex as buffers at BOG. And so it is just an attempt. Sometimes I feel it's not even about government, it's about the fact that they don't like Sami Jemfi because he gave them a lot of hell and he is the CEO of Gold Board. So let's just say something. But it is also important to say that Johnny, this whole issue about even the galamsey and the Gold Board, it was not as if the MPP engineered them. It was the NDC's own, in tandem with the principle of running a very transparent government, that we did meet the press, and we invited the press and said, you can ask us any question you want. We are very, we want to be transparent. We want to build a nation with you. And out of it, you had this Galamsey matter coming up. So it's not as if any media house carried out something and for which reason. No. It should tell you that the NDC government is committed to doing the right things. I keep saying we don't claim perfection. Along the line, some of the policies we are implementing may not achieve the intended consequences. But we are happy to come back to the people. We are happy to admit where we have to review. And here, review doesn't mean cancel.
You'll be apologizing before.
No. Review doesn't mean cancel. We are happy to review it so that together we can build a nation. Because, Johnny, we have a very beautiful country. If you've even gone to very advanced jurisdiction, you realize that Ghana is a country you can live in.
Right.
So we don't have to destroy our country. We want to make sure that regions have good roads, good hospitals, hence the big push. President Mahama wants to make sure that no appointee is profiting from Galamsey. So you know what he has done? He has placed a ban on every government appointee that you cannot even engage in legal mining. If you want to engage in legal mining and go for a license, please bring the appointment letter and go and do your business.
Okay.
You cannot be in the business of governance and mining at the same time. For me, that shows a president who is willing and committed to building
we will wait.
the country.
It's just the first year, so we will wait.
Oh, please wait. Agrobeswa, if you're not. You see 2017, moving Pina, cash for seats. It should have told you what you should expect.
The president said he was in a hurry. We didn't ask him where.
126 ministers.
We didn't ask him where he was going.
We have 58 ministers, and the country is running better.
With the president's speech.
I urge you all to be citizens. Citizens and not spectators.
That was the first shot.
Citizens and not spectators.
Ebo, you have taken this thing too far. You have taken it too personal.
No, but
Ebo, how is your pocket? Is the Cedi doing well in your pocket?
Let me say this. I mean, because of my background, I appreciate economics and finance so much. And I can tell you that someone or a group of people is doing something right. Cedi appreciation or depreciation, they don't just happen. They happen when some things are either being done rightly or wrongly. And I'm saying that if you look at the way this government has managed the economy from day one, and if you consider what MPP said also from day one in relation to the economy,
arresting the Cedi and giving
no, they were no. I'm saying this year. No, I'm talking about this year.
Right.
You notice that any policy of this government in relation to the economy, MPP has come out to condemn it. Gideon Bwako came out to condemn the performance of the T-bills. He said that the TB rates were going down and that people were going to divert their investment to the foreign exchange market to be buying dollars, and that is going to affect the Cedi to depreciate. It has never happened. You remember what Amin Anta said in relation to even the levy that we are getting from these mining companies. I mean, every statement they've made in relation to the economy, which has been an attack on this government performance,
it's pretty much what comes.
So you can say that if they were the one in government managing the economic performance would have been worse. Are you getting it? Because whatever they've said against this government,
but the man believes himself, Paul. He also says that he can manage the thing well.
I mean, obviously, you were given an opportunity to manage the economy
in the dying days, after Mr. Oforiatta had done his best.
No, but what did he do? What did he actually do? You see, the point is that when it comes to the forex management, it's demand and supply issue.
That's right.
So your strategy to be to weaken demand and strengthen supply, and that is exactly what this government is. It's very simple economics. You see, this government did two things: fiscal discipline and also monetary discipline. Because now you need to weaken demand for the dollar
supply
and strengthen the supply
for the Cedi.
So, and what did they do? When they realized that the economy was in turmoil, they needed to stabilize the economy. So they tightened the expenditure management and control. so that people were complaining there's no money in the system. But it was meant to stabilize the economy. Are you getting it? You remember when Bank of Ghana took over, the policy rate was 27%.
Right.
They increased to 28%. Yeah. What were they doing? They wanted to control money supply in the system.
More excess liquidity.
Yes. The more you have money in your pocket, then you can decide to change into dollars, or you can decide to import goods. So they also tightened the monetary side of the economy, and eventually the two fiscal policies, very prudent fiscal policy and monetary policy, gave us the kind of results we started having. Okay. And the kind of, in our case, we are using the foreign exchange flow management system, where we allow demand and supply to operate for some time, but the Bank of Ghana intervenes to as and when it becomes necessary. So obviously, if you compare what Atto and the governor, and let me say this, that, I mean, this is a very fantastic governor.
Governor
Isiama, he understands what he's doing. If you listen to him,
he's been there before, right?
Yes. If you listen to him, you know this is somebody who understands the issues.
So the other one didn't understand.
But of course, the results we have, whether you understood or you didn't understand, the results.
The way you are emphasizing like he understood, means that the other one.
Yes, and you see,
Dr. Addison didn't understand the way. No, I'm not happy for
Johnny.
I'm not happy.
You see, the last economy, the previous economy was managed by 3 people: Bawumia, Oforiatta, and Addison.
That's right.
And the result they gave us is there for everyone to see. Now, this economy, let me tell you, interestingly, this economy is being managed by Atto, the governor, and the president. Because anytime I listen to the president, he says, when I had a meeting with Atto and the governor, this is the decision. When I had a meeting with them. So you could see that the president himself and the government has shown prudence. I mean, let's be honest, in respect of
Sunrise on
the management of the economy. That's why we are seeing the results we are seeing.
But you look like Governor Addison to an extent. So I'm surprised that you are talking about, because no.
So they didn't manage the economy well. You see, one thing that affects the economy, people don't.
But Dr. Bawumia said on Woon to Me radio that, look, he is happy with the result he left for us. He said it.
So that should tell you, if that result, if he said he was happy about the result.
A former deputy governor of the Bank of Ghana, a former vice president says that, I'm happy with the results I left. Who are you who are you able to be saying
economic management team?
Yeah, but who are you able to be contesting that?
But the result was out there. The result was out there. You see, but I was going to make a point. You see, one thing that normally we don't talk when I talk about economy is corruption.
That's right.
Now, the kind of corruption this country experienced in the last 8 years under Akufo-Addo, the effect of corruption in the economy is that when people steal, they're not able to send the money to the bank. And if they keep the money in cedis, the money will lose its value. So they convert into foreign exchange. So they buy
keep it under the bed or something.
Yes.
Okay.
And so it affects the supply of the foreign exchange in the system. And that is what we experience in the
But if somebody goes to steal some, then and circulate it will not affect all.
It depends on the quantum.
Okay.
Yeah, if the person steals,
until you are caught.
Yeah. So that also affected our economy. Yeah. You know, we were borrowing so much, and people were stealing so much. So it affected the supply of currency in the forex in the system.
Yeah.
But this time around, we are not experiencing that. That is why, and with the help of Gold Board, now what we are seeing is that now we are able to export our goods, gold, the same way we export our cocoa, and get the forex to show up.
Okay, well, we have to park it here. Thank you very much indeed for. So tomorrow, what time is the program?
9. Coconut Grove.
Regency. 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Walking distance from.
Yeah, walking distance from here. We are announcing the political party, the new political party that is coming to.
It's interesting you are doing the Coconut Grove, Dr. Parkway Sindo.
Yeah.
You met him personally to arrange the meeting.
No.
You know, he was also a member of CPP.
Yeah. He served under President Kufuor. He had 3 very nice, distinct ties.
And I have special relationship with him. You know, we are all Absunians.
Yeah, okay.
And he's from Elimina, I'm from Cape Coast.
Okay.
And I've had opportunity to deal with him.
Oh, he's a good man.
A very fantastic man. And you know, his bank was collapsed by Akufo-Addo and his family.
Pardon?
I'm saying, you know, his bank was collapsed by Akufo-Addo and his family.
Pardon?
And the same way they wanted to buy NIB. You know, they wanted to buy NIB.
Yes.
So they brought it down intentionally.
NIB is part of the profit-making bank.
Oh, but
you said they wanted to.
Oh, but NIB. But haven't you heard me that I've used the John 1010 to explain the NIB issue?
No.
But then let me do it before I go. You see, the John 1010, if you read John 1010 A and B, John 1010 says the thief only comes to steal, kill, and destroy.
Who is the thief in this instance?
And I would
understand.
And the B says, I have come that you may have life and have it more abundantly. Take NIB. NIB almost collapsed.
Yes.
In fact, they wanted to buy it. So intentionally, they ran it down so they could buy it.
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
Oh, yeah, then you know about it. So that's the thief coming to steal, kill, and destroy NIB. But then they said, I have come that you may have life. You know, when Atu came, when the President Mahama came, through Atu, now they've shored up the
Honorable is just a little after 10, and you are calling people thief.
John 10:10, just a little after 10.
Quoting the scriptures, scripture.
So now NIB is making profit. Can you imagine?
Yeah,
so it's
a miracle.
I have come that you may have life.
I hope they don't give NSS to loans like ADB gave loans. Beatrice, are the ministers being paid now?
Not me. Even me, I haven't been paid.
You have not been paid.
No.
Oh.
But
you know, the nurses said they are receiving their salaries and so they don't care about them.
No,
it's one of the narratives.
I don't think so. I think the nurses will be paid. Beginning of next month.
Beginning of next month.
But the third topic is it? Third topic was
no, we won't do that.
Was say 9 months of hunger.
Yeah.
You see, when NP people say 9 months of hunger, know those who are hungry.
Oh. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Beatrice Annan is a senior presidential staffer. She joined us here this morning.
But I don't know why you always add senior to the presidential staff.
But you're senior presidential staffer.
Senior. We can't
be accepted. When God blesses you, He uplifts you.
They are staffers. We are all staffers. The only thing are staffers.
The senior presidential staffer. There are meetings at the Jubilee House that some people will never enter.
But you will be
some people they work there, but they will never enter.
It's only because of the boss I work with. I work with the secretary.
Some people president. Come and put water down at the meeting and leave. They cannot be in that meeting. A meeting will happen without them.
So that's why you've added.
They will know that there's a meeting happening inside this room.
But they can't enter.
No. You are what are you going to do
but
there?
But you are not there. What you are saying is not true. You are just exaggerating.
So when you have a meeting, everybody comes. It's a deba. Every day is a deba.
It depends on the meeting. Every staffer is.
That's what I'm saying. That there are meetings.
There are levels to
the game. There are meetings that can be had that
you are exaggerating.
You will not be there.
Whole thing.
You will not be there. If people are reading the president's speech, would you be in that room? As what? In your capacity as what? Tell me.
But you should have told me I resemble Dr. Callisto. He's sort of.
But that's also true.
That's actually true. That's actually true.
Relax. So grow the mustache well and shave the beard.
Shave and then
anytime I do shave. People tell me you look like.
When you shave the beard and you keep the mustache. Yes, but now, Dr. Addison, it's time for bed.